A recent mega poll has predicted that Nigel Farage could get a majority in the next election. What the hell is happening, and whose fault is this? Let's get straight into the video.
There isn't an election tomorrow, and it's only one poll. But even so, are we on the cusp of a massive change in our politics? Sky News can now reveal the latest polling projection from YouGov. And here it is. It puts Reform UK on course to be the next government, and Nigel Farage, of course, to be the next Prime Minister. Reform UK, the largest party in a hung parliament, almost impossible to stop, going into number 10 with the results that you're just about to see. Right, first I want to take you back to last July's general election to see just how much things have changed in a matter of months. You can barely see any light blue, that's Reform UK's colour. Labour, well, they're really dominant. Tories still very visible in their dark blue. Now, I'm going to walk over here so you can see just how it's changed. And here it is. Look at this. So much light blue. It's really incredible. The North East, the East Midlands and Wales, all Reform UK dominated. Labour, driven back to a few heartlands. A third of their seats actually now would be in London. And the Tories, well, they're wiped out in the southwest and not even much dark blue in their southeastern heartlands. And so this...
Okay, so maybe we should learn some lessons from the past. So UKIP got about 12% in the 2015 election. After Ed Miliband lost and Jeremy Corbyn was made the leader of the Labour Party, in 2017, UKIP got 1.8% of the vote. Jeremy Corbyn pushed the Overton window further to the left. Free internet, actually nationalisation, and a discussion of austerity, wealth taxes, and progressive politics. That is what needs to happen. Keir Starmer is the reason why Reform are gaining so much popularity. He has no values. He's buying into the right-wing reactionary rhetoric on immigration and stop the boats. Why? There's no evidence to suggest that he can win on this. Why would someone vote for Labour when they can vote for Reform or the Tories or UKIP, Advance UK, Restore Brit? Like, there's no reason. So Keir Starmer needs to go because he is going to make it so Nigel Farage is the next Prime Minister. We need a leftist progressive politics. That's the solution here. Zach Polanski, your party, need to push the Overton window. And ideally, the new leader of the Labour Party needs to do their job.
Is what the House of Commons would look like. And the party with the most seats, Nigel Farage's Reform, up to...
Did you say Nigel Farage then? Freudian slip.
311 seats. That's up 306. Incredible result for them. 144 seats for Keir Starmer's Labour Party. That would mean them losing 2/3 of their seats. As for Kemi Badenoch's Tories, down on 45 seats. That's pretty existential by the time they reach that low level. Again, down 2/3 of their seats. The Greens, under the new leader, Zach Polanski, up 3. The Liberal Democrats under Ed Davey, they would be up 6 on 78. And the SNP, well, they would be on 37, up 28 seats. So there you go. Now, it's a hung parliament. So I want you to have a look at the formal winning line. That's here. It's 326 seats. And actually, Reform UK are almost there. They're just 15 seats short of that. So what would happen? Now, they deny it at the moment, but quite frankly, the most likely outcome is that the Tories end up voting with Reform UK to put a Reform UK leader, Nigel Farage, in Downing Street. There are alternatives. The Tories could abstain, but Reform UK actually would still then have the most votes to put Nigel Farage in number 10, even under that. It's only if all of the parties, including the Tories, apart from Reform UK, voted together. And also, you had the Northern Ireland parties that aren't in this poll taking them over the winning line, that you'll get somebody other than Nigel Farage in Downing Street. But can you really see the Tories doing that en masse? It's hard to see. Right, now, look at who gets whacked under this poll. Here we've got the Labour faces. And look, Yvette Cooper, Wes Streeting, Former leader Ed Miliband, deputy leadership contender Bridget Phillipson, former leadership contender Lisa Nandy, ex-deputy leader Angela Rayner, all gone under this polling projection. And lots of prominent Tories too. Shadow Chancellor Mel Stride, Robert Jenrick there, Priti Patel. You've got Stuart Andrew, James Cleverly over here, Rick Holden, who was one-time Tory party chairman. So many would be gone. Now, I want you to focus on a couple of things. Here is Reform's 311 seats, but where have they all come from? Well, look at this. 231 of them have come from Labour. That's where the seats are from for Reform UK under this. 71 from the Tories, 5 seats Reform hold on to, and the Liberal Democrats supply 2. Now, I want to return to the map. This is the picture that we've been giving you across the whole of Great Britain. But let's zoom in on Scotland. Let's see that now. Now, of course, these are Westminster seats, but still, the SNP up to 37 seats. You can see that there. Labour wants the party of Gordon Brown down on 9. Just 1 Conservative. Now, when you look at this picture, it doesn't suggest that Labour wins next year's Scottish Parliament election. Now, let's look at Wales. Come over here. Reform UK, well, they really do well in Wales. You can see all the light blue. They're on 23 seats, Plaid on 6, and Labour down on 3. Again, it's a different parliament, but it looks as if Labour could be on course to lose next May's Senedd election for the first time as well. If this poll reflects the next election, this suggests we are heading for a very different type of politics than we're used to. The established parties will now try and stop all of this from coming true.
Okay, so will that happen? Well, 3, 4 years' time, it's a long time. And I think the problem with Farage and far right parties inherently, like we saw with UKIP, is that we're seeing the party going further to the right. Last year, Nigel Farage says, no mass deportations. The left wing media will have me up against the wall for decades. And now he's changed his mind. Now he's talking about mass deportations. And in the next 3 years, what do a lot of the reform base and Advance UK, Restore Britain, they want remigration. They're going pretty hard. The Overton window is moving further to the right. We're seeing all these, demagogues talking about the great replacement theory. And if Labour can't improve people's lives, which they won't, living standards, they're neoliberals, they can't actually tackle the underlying causes of reform, you're going to see them go more extreme. And I think you will see, even though we've already seen it with Rupert Lowe and Ben Habib's party, a fragmenting of Reform UK because they will become too extreme. Farage won't be able to disavow any longer the extreme flank of Reform, and a lot can happen. This is a projection, and it should be a alarm call for Keir Starmer, Labour, for him to be ousted. He has to go. Keir Starmer has to go. We have to embrace progressive politics to move the Overton window at least further to the middle, at least, ideally to the left, but we need to bring it back to a sensible place where we can have discussions about our economy, sensible immigration, the future of Britain. But that ain't going to happen until, again, Keir Starmer goes. That's the key. That maybe it happens next May, hopefully by the end of the year. But Keir Starmer needs to do the right thing. His ego, his ceding ground to the right is not working. And it won't work. There's no evidence to suggest this does work. We've seen studies across Europe. It doesn't work. You have to fight back and go, no, embrace immigration, tax wealth, progressive policies, fight against their narrative. People want an alternative. And it can't be just scapegoating migrants and saying, yes, I'm going to stop the boats. Yes, we're going to. What is your vision for Britain? He has no values. So tell me below, what do you think is going to happen? Will Keir Starmer go? Will he actually fight the far right and embrace progressive politics? Will Andy Burnham potentially become the new leader? So much is up in the air, but Keir Starmer is not the man. Clearly, he is not the man for the job. Tell me your thoughts below, and I'll see you in the next video.